Here's how to apply for the American Visa Lottery or the Green Card Lottery DV program. So you visit dvprogram.states.gov website, scroll all the way to the bottom, click on begin entry, and then you will authenticate that you're a human being, not a robot. Use the authentication code that you will see on your screen. I see here 9YWS. I hope that's correct. And then I'll hit submit. And then it will lead you to the entrance information that you need to submit. You have 30 minutes to fill this form. Put in your last name exactly as it appears on your vital documents. Your first name. If you don't have a first name, click no first name. Middle name. If you don't have a middle name, click no middle name there. Select your gender. That's the second question. The third question is your date of birth. 2 digits for the month, 2 digits for the day, and then 4 digits for the year of birth. Then the city where you were born. We'll select Accra. And then country you were born, Ghana. Ghana is an eligible country. So are you claiming based on the country where you were born? Yes. If no, select no and select who you are charging to, your parent or your spouse, if they are eligible. Now for the pictures, please be aware you can use a digital image. It must be in JPEG format. It must be equal to or less than 240 kilobytes. And it must be in a square aspect ratio. So height must be equal to width. How high it is must be equal to how wide it is. And then 600 by 600 pixels in dimension. I use the picture that is on the website of the Department of State. So your mailing address, you put in your first line. And then, your PO box address or whatever your mailing address is. This picture is likely not going to pass because obviously I just picked it off the Department of State's website. If you're like me, you don't like stress, just go to somebody that takes pictures for Visa Lottery or the American Embassy. They know the way it's supposed to be, and then they just take the picture for you. Obviously, just make sure it complies with the 4 things I mentioned: JPEG, less than 240 KB, square aspect ratio, 600 by 600 dimension, pixels in dimension, and then you should upload that. Or you can also scan an existing photo. Just make sure it's within the last 6 months. Again, I will be sharing a video on more picture instructions, but just put in your address here. We're still on the address. Now you're putting in your city, and then there's no postal code, so just click no postal code. And then we move on to the next thing. Country is Ghana, then your phone number. So all of this is fake information. I didn't want to use, I'm not really going to submit this because obviously I don't want to destroy somebody's chance. If this wins, likely visa is going to be denied because there's nobody applying under this name. So put in your email address, confirm your email address right here. And then with the level of your education, remember that they are looking for minimum high school degree. You should have a formal course of secondary education, formal course equal to a high school education in the United States. So let's say you can, if you have a university degree, select it. If you are currently in the university, some university courses, just select your educational level. If you're unmarried, select your unmarried. Or if you're married, select your married. Now, let's say we are married. Now, let's select you are married. It will give you the slot, for obviously the number of children, even if you're not married. And then the next page will give us the information for the spouse. Okay, let's go back here. It looks like the picture, as I told you, is not accurate. So we're using another picture. Please ignore this picture. This is a picture of someone I'm using. So that should be fine now. So your number of children, put in the correct number of your children. All your children. Don't lie about adopted, step, biological, all these children. Put in your spouse's name and then put in their date of birth. Make sure all this information is very accurate. Okay, then your gender, your spouse's gender, then where they were born, city in which they were born, and then the country in which they were born. And then you will also upload your spouse's picture, same picture I'm uploading. Now your child's name, I'm just, again, fictitious names. because I will not be submitting this. We don't want to reduce people's chances. Just in case mine wins, then, it just goes to waste. So again, the date of birth of your child, please, no errors. Take your time, fill out this information. If you haven't watched the video where I'm showing the 14 pieces of information, put that information down and then fill this application, properly. Your country of birth, your child's city of birth, I believe, yeah. And then you upload your child's picture as well. I'm using the same picture. Okay, over here we didn't click no middle name. If you don't have a middle name, make sure you click on no middle name. If there's no middle name, make sure you click on no middle name. Check that box there, and then we're done. Our picture has successfully loaded. We review the forms, just make sure everything is kosher, everything is good, and then you can hit submit. Once you are very sure, please make sure you do not submit errors, because if you submit an error, you're going to be disqualified. So kindly go back and show. Once you hit submit, you should receive this DB 2025 submission confirmation entry received success. You have your entrance name, you have your confirmation number, year of birth, then you have your digital signature. Store this in a very safe place for May 2024 when you can check the results. All the best.